Welcome to Creating Disney Magic with Lee Cockerell. Lessons in leadership, management, and customer service. You can create magic too. I'm your host, Jody Mayberry, and of course, I'm here with Lee Cockerell, the retired Executive Vice President of Walt Disney World, the author of Creating Magic. How are you doing, Lee?
Hey, I'm good. Thank you. Good to see you.
Well, Lee, I have a listener question this week, but before we get into that, let me mention our friends at Magical Vacation Planner. If you are planning a trip this summer, doesn't matter if it's a cruise, a theme park, or you just want to go to Europe, you can call our friends at 407 442 2694. They will do all the heavy lifting, all the planning for you. Okay, Lee, our listener question comes from Karen Ellis, and it is a timely one because we've been seeing so many layoffs lately. I know this is something that cycles through every so often. Either individual companies are doing layoffs or you just see them happening a lot in the economy. And Karen said many organizations are navigating layoffs, which can have lasting impact on trust, morale, and loyalty. For employees, the mindset often shifts from long-term commitment to keeping options open. From a leadership perspective, what does it take to rebuild trust and sustain a strong culture after disruptions like layoffs?
Yeah, well, I am old, so I've been through many. Uh, there are many recessions every few years, and this is just the way it is. And companies, I think the best thing you can do is try to keep your staff at the lowest level needed, and maybe use some contract people outside so that you don't have to lay people off, but can cancel contracts. But this is just the way it is, and I would tell everybody make sure you are worrying about this happening one day, saving enough money to get through it. We always talk about stay ready for what might happen, and instead of at the last minute when everything falls apart, that you're trying to scramble and get ready. The other thing I would say is improve your skills, get really good at what you do, be an expert. Uh, be looking at other companies all the time, just checking things out, see what's out there, maybe making relationships with other people that you might be able to connect with if there's a job loss. But often it's all companies doing it kind of at the same time. And the other thing is you can try to go in your own business, but going back to rebuild trust, I'm not sure you ever do with some people. I think what happens is we get back on track. You had a recession 5 years ago. A lot of people left, and then you hired new people, and you're back to where all you have most of your people are new, and they've been with the company 4 or 5 years, and they're not around. They weren't there when the layoff happened, and they do believe in the company, and they're feeling good about it. And it's like the good old days. If you weren't there, you don't know about the good old days. And I think that's happened. People working at Disney now, or Hilton, or Marriott, they weren't there in 1970, 1980, 1990. They have no idea what it was like, and so they join. And I think Disney does the best they can, and other companies do the best they can to bring them on board and to try to rebuild that confidence and that trust, because the few people left behind that were there can become negative and can become talking about it too much to everybody, and it's a tough thing. I would say you need to think about as a leader every day. Don't worry about the company so much as you got to worry about your team, and make sure you're talking to your team, you're keeping in touch with them, you're helping them with their skills, you're being honest with them if their performance is not there so they're not on the list for a layoff. You're helping them think about other departments if they can start to learn a new business so that they have alternatives. Oftentimes there's a layoff, but some people can go to other parts of the company, other parts of the job. But this is American business and worldwide. People are, it's, I talk to people every day about this, and I'd say it hurts the companies. There's no question. I think after Disney's laying off 1,000 people right now across the country in marketing, this will have a emotional, psychological impact on the other people. I mean, you can't help it. You'll wonder, am I next? Should I start looking for something else now? Why am I working so hard? I mean, literally, all the other people were great and they're gone. And there are business reasons and organizational structure reasons. A lot of this is driven by advancement in technology. We know as there's a quicker technology way to do that, from checking people into a hotel or a car driving itself, as you see in every city now, or just on and on. They got lawnmowers now that mow your yard without anybody on them, and so it's a fact of life that life changes. The cultures get impacted by that, and I just think if you're out in the workforce today, understand it's a reality. Don't be shocked if it happens. Be looking out how you can prepare yourself financially and with enough expertise to go out and get another job. And think about a backup job you might want to do. I always told Priscilla, if I get fired at Desert, I can still be a good waiter. And I know how to do that and make gratuities and tips and wash windows. And you're going to have to, a lot of people are having to do whatever they can. And some people are very good about getting out there and taking any job just to get through these things. But internally in a company, it does, I would say, permanent damage until all the people who were affected by it have gone and you got a whole new team. But about the time you got a whole new team, there's another recession, and they happen every 6 or 7 years, and so you never quite get a hold of this. And it happens to every size company, privately owned companies, big corporations, giant companies, you name the business. And even worse than that is a lot of small entrepreneur businesses go out of business. They don't even have to get to do a layoff. They just can't pay the rent in the mall wherever they are, or in the strip mall, or whatever they're doing, and they can't pay their employees and all this. So it's a fact of life. I would say back way back, it didn't happen. Most people worked and worked for a company 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, but today it's totally changed. And I think you just got to accept it as a fact and understand it. And you do the best to treat your people as well as you can. You try to give them a good severance if you can. You try to give them as much notice as you can. You try to help them with a placement service, try to help them get a job, help them with their resumes. That's about all you can do. It's a fact of life. Companies are focused on the bottom line of shareholder value, and they're going to make those kind of decisions. Yep. Yep.
When you do things for the team members that are being laid off, if you do things for them on the way out, Lee mentioned severance, as much notice as possible. Lee, when you do that, does that help build trust for the people that are left behind when they see what you've done for the people on the way out?
Yeah, I think in retrospect, people they notice that, they see that, if you're really fair with people and give them a good notice, give them a good severance, let them keep their health care for 6 months or whatever you need to do. And I would say yes, that you get some scores for that. That you treated people properly, and I think that's in any part of life. Whenever you have to make a hard decision, to be respectful and do the best you can. And we always talk about that. Do the best you can for each employee, and be available to help them get through it, and give them time to talk and get feedback about what they might do next, and encouragement. And of course, I was always able to talk about it because I went through it myself. I've been fired, I've been passed over, and you just got to get up in the morning and get out there. And I would say always be thinking about what would you do if you did lose your job. Every day think, what should I do? What do I need to do to get more qualified? Do I need to learn a new language so maybe I could go to another place to work? Do I need to learn a new skill that would be appropriate anywhere? I might be in the hospitality business, but could I use that in healthcare? To open up your talent to be able to be hired by multiple different types of organizations. And I think what we do, on leadership, we know that people that work with us and we talk to and we do seminars for, they learn a lot about leadership. And a lot of those people go out and can leave their own industry and go out and have a separate business about being an expert about customer service, leadership, technology, helping people put podcasts on the air. I mean, there's other things you can learn to do that are in demand. And so you got to think about every possibility because the odds are it might happen to you. It's an odds game, and if it hadn't happened to you, you've been lucky. And if it's just the attitude of business today, the almighty bottom line.
Yeah. So let's say, Lee, you are the manager or leader. The layoffs happened. Now it's the very next day. What conversation do you have with your team that's left behind?
Oh, I think it depends who you work for. If you've been trained to do this and it's when you become a new leader, you pull the whole team together and talk to them about who you are and how you work and what you're going to do. And anytime you have anything of this like layoffs or firings or any crisis, I would say you always pull your team together and you talk to them about it and you answer their questions and you tell them the truth and don't try to spin it. People are, and today people are quite aware of the kinds of things that go on. But I would say immediately bring your team together and talk. It's like if you have a crisis in your family, get the family together and talk about it, and answer questions. Because when it happens, there's people left behind who get affected as much as almost the ones who leave. And you tell them the truth. You tell them what you're able to tell them or what's approved to tell them. And then hopefully you're able to convince the ones left over to stay and keep doing a great job. And I say that best way to keep your job is to do a great job. So, don't get a bad attitude when a few people get laid off because the best thing you can do is have a good attitude, be reliable, and be better than you were, and be better than everybody else. And you will hopefully not get on that list to be laid off. But the circumstances today are, with technology, certain departments are going to get hit. Marketing is getting hit. They're finding better ways to do it, or cheaper ways, or more productive ways, and it's everything. I mean, there are restaurants that open now that the pizza restaurants that the machines make the pizza. Those pizza jobs are gone, and more the frontline jobs are gone because you're going to a kiosk and putting your order in, and everything automation. So you and I won't have experienced this as much as young people will because it's that kind of change. And so I would just keep working on your skills, see what you can do, see what you can do that people want to pay you for. And I think even today we're seeing that. Keep up with the technology, keep up with AI, keep up with ways to apply it, keep up with so you can go out there in the world, and when people are looking for people, they see your resume, they see your skills, they see your abilities, and you get hired. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. That is great. If you have a question you would like to ask Lee or a topic you want us to cover, reach out to either one of us. Lee's at leecockerell.com. I'm at jodymayberry.com. And if you want to see the other work we're up to, go to cockerellstore.com. That's where all the books, all the courses, the newsletter, it's all right there. Until next week, go out and create magic for others.